$25 million in his ritzy Radio City fundraiser with former presidents Barack Obama and Bill Clinton, but it may have also exposed a major weakness in President Biden's campaign. And this actually took place in New York City, the same city where Letitia James thought she was going to have her way, destroying Donald Trump's legacy, stealing his worth, stealing his property and reducing his net worth. And she received some of the worst news this week and last week, nothing but losses. But guess what, guys? As Republican mega donor and Point Bridge Capital founder Hal Lambert said, a factor in the haul was the guest list and the figures who were appearing alongside Biden. Guys, New York City residents, they were not happy. Let's just say that. Protesters met Joe Biden and all of the guests of the particular fundraising event with chants and shouts. They were raging. They ultimately just kind of like stormed the whole facility, and the NYPD had to hold them back. Basically, Lambert is questioning how much Biden can actually haul in if it weren't for his star-studded partners and MCs. Basically saying that President Joe Biden has no clout. He can't do it on his own, so he had to bring in all these different people. And yeah, so anyway, New York City, they were not happy with what President Biden was doing. And I cannot wait to share with you guys what happened later that evening. By the way, if you guys haven't already, definitely do your boy a favor, drop a quick like for the video. Really appreciate you guys. Like, seriously, when you guys hit the like button, it literally just tells YouTube, hey, share this video out there. Let more people know about this. And also want to thank you so much for always sharing these videos on Facebook and Twitter and all these other social media platforms, sharing them with your friends. It's like one of the best ways to really show your support to the channel. So I really do appreciate you guys. We got to get America back. Who's in live here tonight? We got Gino, we got Keenan Reapin, we've got Bob. What is going on? Catalia. We got the fam in here tonight. So let's get back into this here, right? So get this. President Biden, he's raised a little bit of money here. We're going to get into that, right? But guess what? Trump is not far behind, as he is actually expected to get a boost from some of the wealthiest Republicans in the country. Now, I just want to ask you guys, who are you going to put your money on? You going to put your money on Trump to raise more money or Biden to raise more money? Hit me up in the comment section down below, guys. Now, Trump is actually set to hold a fundraising event with some of the biggest donors in the GOP, guys. I mean, I'm talking about some of these people actually stayed on the sidelines or supported the former president's rivals during the recently concluded primary season. And all I can say is when AG, Attorney General Letitia James of New York City finds out exactly how much money Donald Trump has raised, oh, she's going to lose it. And I'm pretty sure Judge Arthur Ingron is going to lose it too. So billionaire investor and hedge fund founder John Paulson is actually hosting the Top Dollar fundraiser, right? So the inaugural leadership dinner, it's actually going to be held at Paulson's Palm Beach home in Florida, which really isn't too far away from Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort. Now, among those who are listed as co-chairs of the fundraiser, they're hedge fund billionaires, one of which is Robert Mercer and his daughter, Rebekah Mercer, right? Now, also on this list of co-chairs are the oil magnate Harold Hamm. You've got the hotelier and space entrepreneur Robert Bigelow, and the casino giant Steve Wynn and Todd Ricketts, who is a co-owner of the Chicago Cubs, member of the TD Ameritrade Board of Directors, and former RNC finance chairman. Any of you guys who are familiar with Las Vegas know exactly who Steve Wynn is, right? So anyway, they're saying that the highest level of contributions earns you a title of Ultra MAGA and is designated for individuals who donate $814,600, which is actually the current limit that one person can currently donate, right? So this is literally a big, huge slap in the face for Letitia James. I'm pretty sure Fannie Willis is not happy about seeing the progression that Donald Trump is making in spite of all of the waves that they continue to try to make for this man. Now, part of the money that Donald Trump is raising, it actually goes toward him and his legal bills. You know he got some legal bills, right? So anyway, as a major Trump donor and former senator, Kelly Loeffler of Georgia actually said that Donald Trump will have the resources necessary and that he likely won't need to raise as much money as President Joe Biden to keep his polling lead. Now, that is saying a lot about the inherent star power of former President Donald Trump, doesn't it? For them to say, for Kelly Loeffler to say that Donald Trump probably doesn't even need the money. And here you got people coming out of the woodwork left and right talking about broke Don and, Trump can't win this election. Can you believe that? Like, seriously, guys, are you guys buying that? So anyway, as one campaign advisor explained the situation, Donald Trump's campaign is fueled by hundreds of thousands of grassroots contributors across the country. And I'd much rather have that because each one of these people vote. So let me ask you, are you a member? Are you down with the grassroots voters, Trump voters, or are you do you see yourself more of a Trump or a President Biden voter? Hit me up in the comment section down below, guys. But overall, the president, he's looking at raking in up to, or I should say, the former president is looking to rake in up to $33 million. President Biden's only looking at collecting $26 million. So that's a big difference. That's a good $7 million spread, right? So, Donald Trump could literally rake in up to $33 million when he teams up with the wealthiest Republicans in the country. And that is going to be happening in about 3 days. On April 6th, there's this massive fundraiser that's going to be taking place in Palm Beach, Florida. And here's the interesting thing, guys. We talked about this. I shared this in previous videos. We were talking about, because a lot of people were like, well, where are all the wealthy Republicans coming in to bail out broke Don, as they were saying, right? Well, here they are. The wealthy Republicans are coming out of the woodworks and they're pouring money into Donald Trump's campaign and his fundraiser. So for those who were wondering, well, here they are. And this would easily dwarf President Biden's $25 million. And, as one Trump campaign official put it, they feel really good about where they're going to be this time next month. What do you guys think? Do you feel good about where Trump's going to be next month? Let me know what y'all think down below. Now, what's going on, Lori Menshaw? I see you. Connie Morgan, Christine, Peace Baby, Richard, Shrika. So it's time to check out this game changer, guys. So I really want to get into this because there's a lot that I want to share with you guys this evening. Number one, I want to say thank you guys for rocking with me so late. A lot of you guys are joining me live for the first time. And I'm really happy to see a lot of the new faces in here. So, I just wanted to kind of just give you guys a quick shout out, let you know how happy that I am to see a lot of the new faces in here. We got Meals by Chef Seals. We got Cherokee Moon. We got Gilbert. Can't see his last name. Gilbert Lay. My bad. Something's covering your last name. Anyway, I just want to share some love to you guys in the comments. Hope you guys are doing well this evening. Terry, Morris Foster, Lance Hungerford. So starting off with Biden's ritzy fundraiser event that may have actually cost him more money than he raised. So check this out, guys. First off, there were protesters right outside the event. Unbelievable. New York City was not having it.
At our live camera right now, as you can see, this funding boost for the Biden re-election campaign is not coming without some drama. Hundreds of pro-Palestinian protesters have flanked the Radio City Music Hall. Where you're looking right now is on 6th Avenue, where hundreds of protesters are out right now chanting, "You are not welcome, Joe Biden." I'm looking at a sign right now that says, "Defend the Palestinians, defend Gaza, defeat U.S.-Israel genocidal war." We also had this moment moments ago that we captured of the protesters chanting. Listen here.
Needless to say, the protesters were not happy with Biden. They were not there to support him. Yeah, the protesters they were literally creating quite the ruckus right outside of Radio City Music Hall. Yeah, so not a good look for Joe Biden's fundraiser, I gotta say, guys. What do you guys think about that? Now, in fact, some of the people who actually saw the three presidents on stage, because you had what, Barack Obama there, you had Bill Clinton, you had Biden there. They, for those who actually saw the three presidents that were on stage, they said it looked more like three criminals on the same stage. What do you guys think about that? Not to mention happening side by side with this, glitzy Biden fundraiser was the wake of the fallen NYPD police officer, Jonathan Diller. So here they are, you got Biden, you got Clinton in there, you had Barack Obama in there. And where was former President Donald Trump? Well, basically, former President Trump was actually paying his respects to the fallen police officer. The three presidents that were in Radio City Music Hall just completely ignored what was going on. They may not have even known about the fallen police officer, just showing how much disrespect that they have for our servicemen and women. In fact, one Republican mega donor claimed the event was actually a bad sign for Joe Biden. I'm talking about Point Bridge Capital founder Hal Lambert, who actually said that it revealed a major weakness in the Biden campaign, which is the simple fact that a major factor in the hall was the guest list and the figures who were appearing alongside Joe Biden. For example, there's a group photo with Biden. You got former President Clinton. You got former President Barack Obama. Reportedly set an attendee back $100,000. That's some big money right there, right? And this is on top of the $500,000 per plate for some of the biggest donors. $500,000, get this, guys, $500,000 a plate. Meanwhile, we got homeless veterans on the street. Makes you think, right? So what do y'all think about that? Now, some even commented how Obama is afraid of losing his fourth term. Y'all understand what I mean by that, right? Obama possibly losing his fourth term. Let me know if y'all picked up on that reference. Now, translation, for those who aren't necessarily clear, Biden doesn't have that much star power or maybe even the credibility to stand on his own on that stage. Now, Lambert, whose investment firm features the MAGA ETF, said Biden will raise plenty of money, but he did question how much he would actually haul in if it weren't for those star-studded partners and MCs. I mean, just listen to this, guys. So Thursday's New York City fundraiser at Radio City Music Hall, it was hosted by actress Mindy Kaling and featured performances by a number of different musical guests and artists, including Queen Latifah. You had Lizzo, you had Ben Platt, Cynthia Erivo, Leah Michelle. The event was capped off with a nearly 1 hour long discussion between Biden, Obama, and Clinton, moderated by the Late Show host Stephen Colbert. Can you imagine what it would be like if Biden didn't have all those people there? How boring it would be. I mean, if it was literally just Biden, I don't think half the people would even have shown up for this fundraising event. Now, according to billionaire Hal Lambert, having the celebrities there and having the former presidents there, it really says a lot about Biden's effort to be able to raise money on his own. He even said that he doesn't think that Biden would come anywhere near that number of $25 million had he not had all these different celebrities and not the former presidents there. What do you guys think? Do you think that Biden would be capable of raising $25 million on his own? Unless he, did some shady dealings with his son and figured out how to funnel some money in. But do you guys really think Biden would be able to pull this off by himself? Or would he really need these extra celebrities and whatnot to help him raise this amount of money? So anyway, So so Lambert even speculated that it's kind of difficult for Biden to do so at this point. And, that having this many celebrities and big names, it may actually be a bad sign for the president. maybe all of these celebrities and previous presidents were brought in as a sign of desperation. So Lambert compared it to Trump's upcoming fundraiser where, one, he estimated that our GOP nominee is going to have difficulty raising $25 million. But two, he doesn't have anyone helping him to raise his money. I mean, it's just Donald Trump, but he's doing it on his own. Now, a lot of you guys are saying Biden would not be able to raise his money on his own. Lori Minshew says no way. Don C says nope. Keenan Ripon says, Ron, I agree with you about the veterans on the street. Why our government lets illegal immigrants run free in the United States? I wish I could answer that, but honestly, I think I can answer that. They need votes, and there's a number of other reasons why they're literally letting illegal migration take place. There's a good reason for this. The answer may be a little bit too long for this particular video, but yeah, it's pretty messed up, guys. What's going on, Patrick Lund? I see you, brother. Puppet Gate broke Biden. Glenn Worth asks, is this live? Yes, Glenn, it is live. What's up, man? So not to mention some of Biden's quarterly haul, it's due to the fact that Donald Trump was not the presumptive nominee until about partway through this year, when former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley dropped out of the primary. But now that Donald Trump is alone in the GOP sweeps, well, that brings in the RNC money, right? At least according to Lambert. It's a disgrace. It sure is, Don C. I feel you. We got John Meyer in here from South Africa. What is going on, John? We're worldwide tonight. Comment down below where you guys are watching from. I wonder how many other people we have in here outside the United States tuning in. This is huge, guys. Number one, I want to thank you guys for always hitting the like button for the video. If you haven't already, please go ahead and do so. If you like the content, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And I want to thank you guys so much for sharing these videos. You guys are amazing. Now get this, guys. So Lambert explained that this is why people are probably wondering, well, how does someone give $500,000, right? Well, they go through all these different committees and, there's ways to do it, once you're the nominee. Biden's the nominee. He can do it. Trump can do it now, right? Because Trump can do it as well because he's now the Republican nominee. So, all right. So, yeah, I don't want to get too deep into the intricacies of the fundraising, but, some of this is actually important to know. Now, a key component that's definitely looking like it's going to be helping a lot with Trump's fundraising strategy is the formation of a joint fundraising committee with Republican National Committee, RNC, right? So the committee, titled the Trump National Committee, the JFC, they went ahead and filed a statement of organization recently with the Federal Elections Committee. They're not trying to get hemmed up with anybody like Fannie Willis coming out the woodworks talking about, oh, you didn't do this properly. You didn't file the proper paperwork, right? Hold up, Fannie. We got this over here, Miss Willis. Okay. So to put it simply, the new judge, the new joint fundraising committee kind of set up by Trump's campaign and the RNC is going to allow them to similarly coordinate among themselves and with the state GOP chapters from coast to coast. Now, like I mentioned earlier, now that Trump is officially the Republican nominee, the whole party is going to be falling in line. And that includes the GOP big donors with deep pockets. Okay. So, man, we got a lot of people here. We got Don O from, let me see. We got Don O from Arizona. We got Ashley Marie from Salt Lake City. We got Paul Preston from Michigan. What is going on, folks? Okay, so Republican Jewish Coalition CEO Matt Brooks said that it's also giving a tactical advantage here. It makes it easier in terms of some of the execution on some of the joint events. So definitely a win-win. So Donald Trump is also expected to get a big, huge boost very soon for some of the wealthiest Republicans in the nation. I mean, that's basically when some of the biggest donors of the GOP, a lot of these people were sitting on the sidelines, before, because they wanted to see who was actually going to be the Republican nominee, right? And so a lot of these folks are going to be showing up at this fundraising event that is scheduled in 3 days, guys, because today is April 3rd, 2:06 a.m. right now. So it just turned April 3rd. So this will be 3 days from now on April 6th in Palm Beach, Florida. And I'm East Coast time, so that's why I said it's 2:06. If you're looking at your time and you're like, hey, it's not 2:06. Anyway, so billionaire investor and hedge fund founder John Paulson is hosting the top dollar fundraiser entitled the inaugural leadership dinner. So the event's going to be held at Paulson's Palm Beach house. When I say house, think mansion, think palace, basically, right? Which really isn't too far from Trump's Mar-a-Lago club and resort. Now, word of the gathering is a further sign of the coming together of a lot of the Republican donor class around Trump. Now that he's clinched the GOP nomination and he's the party's presumptive presidential nominee, they're all gonna and I told you guys this was gonna happen. They're all gonna fall in line. Cherokee Moon, I'm glad you appreciate the work. You're welcome. Thank you for your support. Totally appreciate you guys. Let's see. Glenn Worth says it's 8:07 Pacific time. Is it? I can't believe that it would be 8:07 Pacific time. Would it be like 11:07? Anyway, so a source in the former president's political orbit called the fundraiser a come home to Trump moment. In fact, Paulson already confirmed in an official statement that they're receiving an overwhelming amount of support from donors. This is a stark contrast to what we were hearing before. People were over here talking about, Donald Trump is not getting, they were basically saying, where's the support from Republican donors, wealthy Republican donors for Donald Trump? Well, here it is. All right. So anyway, now among those that were listed as co-chairs of the fundraiser, you got hedge fund billionaire Robert Mercer, you got his daughter Rebekah Mercer. They were major boosters of Trump in 2016, but mostly sat out of the former president's 2020 reelection campaign. So it's interesting that they're back. They sat out during 2020, but they're back for 2024. So what does that tell you guys, right? Now, also on the list of co-chairs are oil magnate Harold Hamm. So Harold Hamm's going ham up in here. You got hotelier and space entrepreneur Robert Bigelow. You got the casino giant Steve Wynn. A whole lot of people up in here, right? Now, two top Trump allies. You got businessman and New York Jets owner Woody Johnson, who served as the former president's ambassador to the United Kingdom. You got Wilbur Ross, who was Trump's Secretary of Commerce. They're all listed in this fundraising invitation here. And there's a lot of other names, but the list is long. I'm not going to give you all these names. Anyway, so as they were explaining, there's no question that most of the major donors were with DeSantis or Haley, but they're now coming on board with Donald Trump and they're rallying around President Trump. So yeah, Texas in the house. What's going on, Pamita? Let's see. We got James Evans says Central California here. Interesting. I never heard that rendition of California. California. I like that. Yeah, man. California is a beautiful state. Just they don't know how to run it. They don't know how to run it over there. They need some major changes over in California. Beautiful state though. Yeah, what's going on, Amy? Amy Ballard from Michigan. We got Linda Livingston in Nebraska in the house. What's going on? So one of these MAGA donors coming back to the fold is oil drilling chief executive Dan Eberhart. He raised big bucks for Donald Trump's 2020 reelection campaign, but he backed DeSantis in the 2024 nomination race. So looks like he's kind of jumped over the fence here and got behind Trump. But yeah, so he's going to be supporting Trump and he's scheduled to be attending the April 6th fundraiser in Florida. So, yeah. So it looks like he's going to be bringing a lot of his friends as well, as he says that many donors are going to be coming around now that the nomination process is over. I think a lot of people were just kind of like sitting around waiting. They didn't want to waste unnecessary funds getting behind someone not knowing necessarily if they're going to be the actual nominee for the party. Kind of like how a lot of donors probably feel about South Carolina governor who literally got destroyed by Donald Trump. I think she got like what, one state? Anyway, so those that are attending the fundraiser are expected to donate anywhere from $250,000 all the way up to over $800,000. The highest level of contributions to the Trump 47 committee, as the joint fundraising committee, is known as Ultra MAGA and is literally designated for anybody who happens to donate $814,600, which is the current limit that one person can currently donate to Trump 47. So Trump's campaign and its donors, they're not panicking. They're really not. I mean, several members of the Republican donor class, they already suggested in interviews that they expect money will only make so much of a difference in an election rematch between two candidates that are already so very well known and well defined. Ain't nobody in America who don't know who Trump is. And there's no one in America who doesn't know who Biden is, right? So there's the money raised can only go so far. What's really going to matter is the voters. This is really what it's going to come down to. And of course, there's several swing counties that they're going to need to be won. There are several swing states that are going to need to be won. But it's funny, sometimes it really just comes down to the counties. So it's going to be big. It's going to be real big. But that's especially true in a race that will likely be decided by, literally just probably, I wouldn't even be surprised if because I think that this is going to be, what do you guys think? Do you think that this is going to be a real close race between Biden and Trump, or you think it's going to be blowout? Like just one of them is going to destroy the other? Let me know what you guys think. Because a lot of experts are predicting that this may come down to just maybe a couple dozen battleground counties. And so, like one of the campaign advisors said, Trump's campaign is fueled by hundreds of thousands of grassroots contributors across the country. And I'd rather have that because each one of those people actually votes, right? So now just to show you, in the 2020 presidential election, Donald Trump's campaign raised $774 million. That's almost $1 billion. And he raised over half of this money from small donors that were given like $200 or less. Now, this is a stunning figure compared to almost any other presidential candidate thus far. Think about it. Most people making smaller donations, like $200 or less, I'm pretty sure most people are like, I don't even want to make a donation because my money, my donation isn't that big. It's not going to matter. But this is proving that all of these smaller donations add up. $774 million, and over half of it came from donations that were less than $200. That's saying a lot. I think that's saying a lot. Trump even compared raising money. He really just kind of continued raising money long after the news outlets called the race for Biden. So even after Biden had won the race, as they say, right, Trump was still racking up campaign cash that he could use to influence the future of the GOP. Like, people just kept pouring money in to support him. It's wild. So all eyes are on this upcoming Florida fundraiser as Trump aims to break the brand new fundraising record that was just set by President Biden. Wouldn't that be funny? Biden sets the campaign fundraising record, and then days later, Trump comes in and destroys Biden's record for raising money. Wouldn't that be funny? Do you guys think that do you guys think Trump's going to beat Biden's campaign fundraising record? Just let me know what y'all think in the comments. So, if you look at it, Biden was able to haul in what, over $26 million. Trump is looking to rake in about $33 million when he teams up with some of these wealthy Republicans, some of the wealthiest Republicans in the country at his April 6th fundraiser in Palm Beach, Florida. So, I mean, it's I don't think I'm blowing this out of proportion. It really does look like Trump is going to blow Biden out of the water in terms of how much money he's going to raise. So yeah, so we got John Gardner in here. John Gardner says, would love to see that. Yes, Trump will break the record. And Trump's gonna rub it all in Biden's face. Whose face he's gonna rub it in? He's gonna rub it in Letitia James' face. He's gonna rub it all up in Arthur Engeron's face. He's gonna rub it all up in DA Allen Bragg. It's gonna be all up in their face. Fannie Pack Willis, she won't be happy about it because it's gonna be all over the news. Fannie Pack Willis is not going to be able to avoid the notoriety of Biden's defeat, and it's going to drive her crazy. It's going to drive her crazy. But John Gardner says, I hope so. Morris Foster says, Fanny face. Oh, man. Glenn Worth says, Biden must go. Nancy J. Vilwalk says, Trump train, whoop, whoop, Mega Trump 2024. So let me know, guys, what y'all thinking. If you haven't already, do hit the like button. I really appreciate y'all rocking with me. You have no idea. I think this is a big video that we covered a lot today. If you enjoyed it, definitely hit the like button, subscribe, share this video on social media. Seriously, guys, when you share it on social media, it just kind of helps let people know what we're doing over here. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you.